What's up, guys? This is Richard from A Man About Style, and today we are at Samara in Seattle, Washington. We're going over tips from a chef to make you a better home cook. So we are going to be talking to Chef Eric and sharing some amazing food and their experience. So let's get into it. We are here with Chef Eric, and for those of you who don't know you, could you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Eric Anderson, chef owner here at Samara.
What started your culinary journey, or how did you get here in short?
My mother wanted me to have a job when I was in high school, and she found a job for me at the deli. So I did that for the first few years, and then when I was in my early 20s, she found me another job at a real restaurant, and they had a chef from the city, and I just fell in love with cooking from that moment on.
Wow, awesome. So, I mean, that definitely, I'm sure, gave you a lot of, good memories for sure. Do you have any memorable culinary stories you want to quick share?
Oh, I have lots of funny mistakes to share. Probably the worst one, I had 2 orders of clams in a large pan. My first night on the job, the first thing I was going to plate, and I picked the pan up from the stove and I brought it, and then I spilled the whole thing right next to
See, everybody got to start somewhere. For those of you who are aspiring chefs or just home cooks, it's okay to make mistakes, as even the pros are doing it.
It's true.
What's your favorite dish to prepare here or even at home?
I think the morel mushrooms right now is my favorite dish. I really like how smoky the mushrooms are, and I like the quality that the egg brings to it. I also really enjoy the beets. I think the little char on the outside is a really nice addition to it, and I love the rhubarb chutney.
So definitely when you stop by, I can attest, all of them are great, phenomenal. So let's try to help some of our home cooks at home.
Okay.
What would be a cooking tip that you would share with anybody who wants to get into cooking either as a hobby or even pursue it?
I think when you first start out, it's very important to follow the recipe so you can learn the techniques and what you're doing. So you want to brown the things like it says to brown them, and simmer, adjust your heat, pay attention so you're able to learn those things and recreate them.
Okay. And I know a lot of my friends are chefs or who follow the channel before, they always say to salt early. Why is that important to the process, or is it?
So we salt, it kind of depends on a few things. If we're cooking something in a pan, we want to salt pretty early. As soon as it starts to cook and sweat a little bit, we'll add our salt because it's able to take it at that point. If you salt too late, you kind of miss your window, and if you salt too early, it doesn't get in there.
Gotcha. And we mentioned this, just going through the menu, they use a lot of vinegar. And a lot of chefs say that it brightens up a dish. Can you explain what that means, or?
Yeah, so you're adding a little bit of acid to it with the vinegar, like you would when you squeeze lemon over fish or something like that. That brings up all those flavors.
Okay.
So we use a lot of vinegar here because it's not a citrus growing region, and we make different flavors. So we have the burnt onion vinegar and the squid, and we put a little on that mixed grill, and we do different types of pickling liquids that we use as vinegars all in.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, that little bit of acid just gives the brightness, the freshness to the food. It really, in the same way salt does, it kind of lifts up the flavors.
Oh, got you. Okay, and I'll allude to, making mistakes at home, because I know I often will make a mistake here or two when following a recipe. What is a tip on how to try to save a dish that you may not have gotten through all the way?
Oh, I think sometimes that one's actually hard to answer because there's so many wild possibilities. I don't even know where to Yeah, you just gotta. Yeah, I don't know how to.
Do you add more ingredients, or?
Well, let's say you made it and now it's too spicy or something. You would want to add. You need to stretch it out a little bit.
Okay.
So you'd add a little bit of cream or something to open it up. If it's too salty, the same kind of thing. Yeah, that one's a little bit.
Hey,
So many options.
for sure. And then what would you say to anyone aspiring, like an aspiring chef who wants to kind of follow in your footsteps?
Oh. I think the most important thing is go to restaurants and work at restaurants that you respect and are doing food that you really appreciate. Don't get stuck in a spot where it's not pushing you to do better. You've got to go somewhere that's really going to be challenge you to do a good job and to have your skills at a high level.
Okay, I mean, I feel inspired already. And lastly, how do you stay creative with your menus?
So we're really inspired by the seasons here. We just watch and wait as the new vegetables come or the seafood is in season, and then we try to build dishes around the ingredients that are growing at the same time.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I definitely enjoyed my experience here and your time. And make sure you guys definitely stop by here in Seattle, Washington if you're visiting, or if you're local. It is a hometown gem for sure. All right, well, thank you, Chef, and Samara family. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Also, stay up to date with everything Samara has going on in the culinary scene in Seattle as well. Until next time, I'll catch you.